fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's Whip and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Before I get started, if you could do me a couple of things, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a lot. Also, check the description box below. Would love to have you join my Facebook group. You'll find a link for that down below, or you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Diamond Painting Anonymous over there. Okay, so this is my WIP. Uh, WIP, WIP stands for work in progress, and this is what I'm going to be working on. This is my Craftibly koala, which you will have seen me unbox on the channel before, and also kit up. And a huge thank you to a subscriber or viewer whose name I don't remember off the top of my head, but who told me that I had mixed up my drills for 414 and 415. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would have been so upset. Obviously, these are two different colors of drills, and I went back and watched the video, and I had mixed them up, so thank goodness someone with an eagle eye spotted that, because I would have cried if I'd messed this one up. This one is so cute. I can't wait to get started on it. You are welcome and encouraged while I work on my WIP to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat. Alternatively, you can treat this like a podcast and just listen while I chat. Full disclosure, have no idea where things are going to head today. It's been a weird week, but I'm just going to jump in. So I've got my canvas, I've got my drills, I've got my Bella tray, I've got a couple of pins, and then I have this fancy schmancy wheel that I'm going to be trying out to see how it works. Now, I have not loaded, I've got all the tips on here, but I did not load all of them with wax. I loaded the 6, and I loaded this single placer. Whoops, I just pulled the wax out. Let me stick it back in there. And I loaded the 3 placer because those are the ones I'm comfortable with. I don't particularly like the angled placer. See, my wax keeps coming out for some reason. I'm trying to smash it back in there. I don't like the angle placer, so I'm going to stick with the regular one. It's got a straightener here. I like the 6. I'm not real good with the 9, so I'm going to stick with the 3 and the 6, and we'll see how I do. And we'll see how this works and whether it's awkward or not. So I'm going to give that a try. But if I don't like it, then I've got my pins here, so it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to rearrange things a bit. I'm going to start down here in the bottom right-hand corner like I usually do. So let me move things around a little bit and zoom in, get everything situated, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to start in this corner down here. So let me just pour some drills out and get started. This one is going to be so cute. And I could have brought my Mrs. Havisham in here. However, I feel like that one is such a big project, and trying to get it in here, I would have had to rearrange everything, and I didn't want to do that. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. Let's see if I can figure out how to even hold this so that I can put drills in it. Because I'm holding it like this, which seems a little awkward, I got to admit. Ooh, that's not where I wanted them. Okay, let me move them a bit. Okay. This is going to take forever. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I like this one. What if I twisted it so it was like this? Is that easier? Maybe that's easier. Okay, so instead of having it flat, I have it perpendicular to kind of how I'm holding my hand. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so life update. Whew. Gosh, I feel like a lot's happened since the last time I talked to you guys. First of all, I had to cut all my fingernails off. I broke like 3 of them in 2 days. And so I decided at that point, well, I might as well cut them all off so they all kind of are the same length. I hate it when my fingernails are all different lengths. That drives me crazy. So use my straightener here and kind of straighten these up so they're at the edge where I want them. Ooh, that one's a little twisty for what I want. So they do have the little rubber band spacer things in there, but that one still twists quite a bit. Doesn't want to stay in place. It's not quite as tight as the rest of them are. Anyway, so I cut off all my nails. And, I love looking at other people's nails, but I think I've mentioned before, I don't really like acrylic nails because I don't like what they do to your real nails. But then I saw someone the other day that looked like they had like an updated version of Lee press-on nails. Like, I'm not in the manicure world. Is that even a thing? Does that exist still? Are there people who are just doing like press-on nails that are like all the fun designs and stuff? Because I'm gonna be okay with that. So, fun. Maybe I'll go out and do some searching on Amazon and see if Amazon has anything like that. Okay. All right, so that's pretty good for the straightener. Let me try a 6. Let me try the 6 and see how this goes. I can tell you now it is very awkward though. So I may be switching over to a regular pen just because I feel like this is more awkward than I want to be. It's going to take me longer than I want to make some kind of progress here. I also feel like I'm going to hit it with my spacer, my straightener. So I don't know, maybe they're all supposed to be at an angle like that. Is that how they're supposed to be instead, so that I don't feel like I'm gonna whack into something with it? Still feels a little awkward. Okay. Make sure those are all seated well. Oop, that one was coming up. Okay. Okay, so nails. What else? Oh, YouTube. You guys, I've talked to you before about my guilty pleasures on YouTube, watching cleaning videos. I watch a lot of van/RV life. I watch a lot of paint pour videos. I have gotten hooked on like abandoned slashed Arctic places. So like I watched this lady who's from Russia and she was going to all these kind of abandoned but not Russian cities. Like they're very far up in the north, so it's very cold, which I guess means you get paid more in Russia because you're putting up with such a hardship wherever you live because it's in the Arctic. But like I guess these used to be like mostly mining towns. So there'll be like this deserted building right next to, a place where obviously people live. And then I've also been watching this lady who lives on Svalbard, which is an island in the Arctic. It's a Norwegian island. And also, when I was looking it up on the internet, because I forgot what country it was part of, it's where the seed vault, the global seed vault is. So, and I've been watching her videos she does a lot of just kind of, day in the life type stuff, but very cinematic, like drone footage and everything. It's very cool. And you guys, this is so awkward. I understand why people like it. Having all of the tools available to you is cool, but I think I'm going to abandon this. It's so awkward trying to hold on to it and do all the things that I want. So let me twist all these around so it will lay down flat. So it will lay nicely. I'm just going to lay it down there and it can just kind of rest. I'm going to use these because even if this is a 10 placer, I can place 2, 3, 4, whatever with it. Okay. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of those kind of types of videos. I don't know if I'm subconsciously trying to prepare myself for Canada. That it's going to be, cold like that or whatever. Like the lady on Svalbard, they went to not the place where they live, but they went to another city to stay in a friend's cabin as like a weekend type getaway thing. And they have an outhouse instead of indoor plumbing because nobody lives there all the time. So no no way to keep water running and keep pipes from freezing. But she had to get up in the middle of the night, and her boyfriend had to go with her because he had to keep a watch out for polar bears because the outhouse was a distance from the cabin, and to make sure that, she didn't get attacked by a polar bear in the middle of the night, which I thought was crazy. I can't imagine living someplace that you have to watch out for polar bears. I mean, it's in the Arctic, but still. So I've been watching those videos. Just fascinating, really. Uh, and speaking of YouTube, my YouTube is eating comments again. And I wish I could figure out the rhyme or reason behind why some get eaten and some don't. Like, I used to think it was because somebody would leave like a link or something. And so YouTube would think that it was spam or something like that. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And, somebody who's left a comment before will then, the next time they leave one, I won't see it. So it doesn't seem to have anything to do with whether or not the person is new or not or whatever. So I guess it's just a YouTube thing. So if I don't respond to your comment, please don't be offended. It's probably because I didn't see it. I mean, I literally will go back. I should get an email about it. I don't always get an email. I do go into YouTube Studio and check. And even when I do that, sometimes it will not show me stuff. And then I'll go back and check later, knowing that I've checked previously and nothing was there. And then suddenly, like a comment from 2 months ago will show up. It's like, was it just hung up out in the Ethernet somewhere for a couple of months, waiting until something happened before it actually delivered it? I don't, Technology is so frustrating sometimes. And I'm having that issue with my emails as well because I have had over the last couple of days, 2 or 3 of my emails have come back with failure notices that they've not been sent because for whatever reason they failed to go through. And I'm like, what do you mean they failed to go through? I get some kind of mailer demon that tells me that Google will continue to try to send it. And I know it's a good email address because I've sent messages to and from it before. So it's not like, it's a new email address or whatever. I don't know what's going on. One of them finally went through. The other one I've tried twice now and it still hasn't worked. So we'll see. Let's see. What else is going on in my life? Oh, well, it's getting to be close to Christmas again. And so I've already started thinking about Christmas gifts. My youngest birthday comes up before Christmas too, so I'm already kind of in that mode. And a lot of times with my siblings, we will just exchange gift cards. I feel like that's all we do is just pass gift cards back and forth. But I always get my sister a Christmas ornament. I have a niece who passed away very, very young. And my mom started this tradition with my sister, and I've carried it on after my mom passed away. So every year I get her a personalized ornament. And I typically get her a memorial one. I mean, because that's essentially what it is. However, I like to get it personalized. I like to get my niece's name put on it for her. But it feels like there's only, a few like really kind of big name places that do personalization. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I feel like I look at the same exact ornaments every year and I wanted something different. So I kind of looked around, didn't really see anything that I liked. And I thought, I'm just going to go look in some other places. And I had some things come up when I was searching that were on Etsy. I don't know why Etsy didn't occur to me before, but it just hadn't. And so I went out there and looked and I found an ornament that usually they have like these, nice memorial sayings on them and things like that, but it's all kind of the same thing and stuff that you've seen a million times before. And I found one that it's not really fancy or anything, but I can get it personalized with my niece's name. And when I read the sentiment on it, it just made me kind of take a breath. And so I thought, yep, that's the one I got to get. So that's the one. I've already ordered it. It's on its way. I'm going to be asking my youngest later for him to start putting together a Christmas/birthday list for me. Um, Same thing with my oldest, so that I can start doing some shopping before it all gets here. I guess I get to be part of the new Prime Day. I guess they're having Prime Day on the 11th and 12th this year. I mean, it's still gonna they're still gonna have their other regular Prime Day, but I guess they're having one that's just for Prime members. Like usually on Prime Day, they have all kinds of deals for everyone. I guess this one is going to be just for Prime members. So I guess that's to encourage people to become Prime members. I don't know. But anyway, so if there's anything that I want to get, I kind of want to have an eye out for those kind of things because, if I can get it on sale, I want to get it on sale. That's more money for me to spend on other things. Oh, and when I was looking on Amazon, I found an ornament for us. I get a personalized ornament for our tree every year, or I try to anyway. And last year I bought one that had moose as a nod to my Canadian husband and got all of our names put on they were like little moose wearing pajamas. It was super cute. But this year I found one. It's a mug of hot chocolate and it has little marshmallows piled on top of it and you get your names put on the marshmallows. It's super cute. So that's what we're getting for our ornament this year. I can't believe I'm already thinking about Christmas. It feels like this year has just absolutely flown by in some ways. I mean, we submitted our paperwork to Canada. Well, I mean, I originally submitted it in April, and now it's October. I think I officially submitted it back in June. So, and I think we're about halfway through the process. I hope, maybe more than halfway, I hope. So yeah, crossing my fingers that all is going to happen sooner rather than later. But it still seems weird that it's already October. And now that the holidays are approaching, I'm wondering if things are going to kind of slow down with our paperwork because, I mean, obviously people up there are going to be having holidays and vacations and things like that. Canadian Thanksgiving is tomorrow, I believe. So to all of you Canadians, happy Thanksgiving. I was joking with my husband that he should tell his boss that he couldn't work because it was Thanksgiving, but it actually doesn't look like he's going to have to. He has been gone almost 2 weeks now, helping out with the hurricane recovery stuff down in Florida. He's been working down there, getting all the power back on, and they are heading home. So hopefully he will be home by the time it is Thanksgiving. So, and then he'll be able to call his folks and wish them a happy Thanksgiving and everything when he's here. So I'm looking forward to that. Although I gotta say, I got up this morning and it was cold in my house. Now, I am usually cold all the time. So I try not to, like, I own a lot of sweaters and sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts because everyone else is always complaining that they're hot when I'm cold. And so, I just make do. And my husband has been gone, so I could have made it more comfortable for me, but I just thought, our furnace runs off of gas, natural gas, and gas prices are not regulated here. And couple years ago, we had a really big bill, which we're still paying on, and so I've not been in a big hurry. But I suddenly realized, gosh, we're almost halfway through October, and I haven't turned the heat on yet, which is unheard of for me. So I don't know if I'm getting used to the cold, if I've just been ignoring it, or maybe I've started to just run a little bit hotter. I don't know. But it was pretty chilly when I got up this morning. I did a whole bunch of cleaning and things today. So I kept myself warm doing that. But, oh, and speaking of that, I feel really good because I got some good scrubbing in. I cleaned basically my whole house upstairs, but I had to do quite a bit of scrubbing, and my knees are not happy with me today. I didn't really, like, I wasn't on my knees scrubbing or anything, so I don't know if it was just the bending over or if I was just moving around too much or moving in weird ways. Um, my tennis elbow is not happy with me either, but that's okay. All right, let's see. What color do I want to do next? What is this A? Let me find this A. Okay. Gosh, that doesn't look like I'll have enough to do. I guess that's really the only section where it is, it looks like, except for just a little bit here and there. So I felt like when I was kitting this one up that there'd be certain colors I wasn't going to have enough of, but I guess it's a small kit, so it's all good. Let's see. Oh, and my husband called me this morning to let me know that they were heading home. And so I was joking with him, and I was like, okay, well, hope you're going to take a couple of days off work because I've got a list of stuff for you to do. He just laughs, and he'd do them. I don't really have a whole list. I just have a couple of things that I want him to get done. We had our trees trimmed a year or so ago. We've got a whole bunch of trees out in our backyard, and they're mature trees that I don't want to cut down, but they needed trimmed in a bad way. So we had a tree trimmer come in and trim a bunch of them, and he did a really good job. But we've got a tree in the backyard that's kind of it's kind of halfway between the alley and where our house is, and it's got like a W split. Like there's the main tree branch that grows up, and then it's got two kind of side trunks that are going off of it, but they're getting too big, and I'm afraid they're going to split. And one of them, the left-leaning branch trunk, is big enough that it actually kind of leans over our neighbor's power line that runs to their house. I'm not sure why their house is like that. Our lines are buried, so like there are no power lines visible from our house to the utility pole. They're all underground, but our neighbors have one that runs from a pole in the backyard directly to their house. And I'm constantly afraid that we're going to get a bunch of wind and it's going to knock that one, split it off somehow, and it's going to knock out the neighbor's power. And then we're going to have to pay to get it fixed because it's our tree. And my husband laughs every time I tell him I want to get it done because he's a lineman, and he's like, oh, well, if it goes out, I'll just do it. I'm like, I don't think it's that simple, but I just want to get it done and get it fixed so that I can stop worrying about it. So that's one job for him. And then when my son and I were out doing yard work the other day, I noticed our outside AC unit. It sits on like a little concrete pad, and it's starting to dip on one side. Like the ground underneath it is starting to settle or something. And we've already had somebody come out when they worked on our air conditioner, and he basically tilted the unit so that the unit was level even though the concrete pad wasn't, because it has like little adjustable feet on the bottom of it, I guess. But it's now not level again. It's sunk even more. And so I want to prop up that concrete pad so it will stop sinking. And sometimes those are the kind of jobs that my husband is like, it'll be fine. He doesn't want to mess with it. And I'm like, no, I want it done. So I let it go last time, but I'm not going to let it go this time. Oh, and I don't know why the wax keeps coming out of that. I'm not even using it and it keeps falling out. Weird. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, well, my children. My youngest is currently prepping for midterms. He was just asking me today about he's been using my husband's old uh, Apple laptop. I don't know if it's an Air or if it's just a MacBook. Don't remember. Anyway, my son has been using it because he does all of his classes online, and sometimes he has to do like online tests that have to be proctored. Like they can make sure that you're not cheating because you're at home and all this kind of stuff. And I guess he has one this semester that he has to do like some sort of webcam thing. And he's not used the Apple laptop for that before. He's always used, we had a Windows laptop, but we got rid of that one because it was super old and slow. And so, because my husband isn't home to ask questions, my son is, well, I've got this midterm coming up. And I'm like, well, he'll be home before you have your exam, so it's all good. I'm sure it'll be fine, but you can ask him any questions. And then my oldest is super excited. She thought she was getting paid on Monday, but then Monday is a bank holiday here in the US, Columbus Day. No one else gets it off but the government. Everybody else has to work. But anyway, because the banks are closed that day, they got paid on Friday. So she was super excited because she got her paycheck earlier than she thought she would. And she was super excited because even though it's not for a full pay period, she started, I think, in the middle of a pay period, or not right at the beginning, close to the beginning. But anyway, so it's not a full pay and it was already more than she thought. So she's super excited and I'm happy for her. So she's already making plans that, she's going to save up the next couple of paychecks, wait till she gets them under her belt, and then she's going to start looking for an apartment that is closer to where her job is and in the city where her job is. So I'm excited because that city happens to be where my sister lives, and that means that my youngest would be closer to relatives in case anything would happen when the rest of us are moving to Canada, since she's planning to stay here. So I'm super excited about that because I feel like that'll make me worry a little bit less about her if I know that she's, living someplace close to family in case anything happens. It's probably not going to work that way, but that's what I'm telling myself. Anyway, I'm still going to worry. I know I'm still going to worry, but I got to tell myself what I can, right? Okay, I think that's all for, oh, you guys, I forgot to start my timer. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I'll just look at the clock on this video and see. That'll tell me. So, I think that's it for life stuff. Now, moving on to diamond painting stuff. I've been working on Miss Havisham. You guys know that. I've posted a couple of pictures on Facebook and Instagram. I've had some pretty good kind of 6 to 8 hour sessions, so I feel like I've made some really good progress, although I would like to make more, just so I can make sure that I'm going to finish it in October, because that's what I want to do. I want to get that one done and get that off my to-do list and start working on the next things, which is one of which is this canvas. So I'm already starting this one, but this is one of my Big 10. I have my Distracted by Diamonds that I'm hopefully going to unbox and share with you guys soon. And then I got my order from Joann's. So I've been trying to get ready for DP for Vets, which is coming up November 1st. So I'll be talking about that a little bit more as it gets closer. But thanks to Robin and Crystal, I'm going to be able to send out weekly giveaways. So a huge thank you to them for that. And I ordered from Joanne a Diamond Dots kit, which, you guys, I'm not safe to order things on the internet. So what I ordered, it is what I ordered, but I didn't realize it was small. Like I knew it was a partial, but I thought it was bigger than it actually is. It's probably only a 30 by 30 and it's a partial, so it's not super huge, but it'll work for my Big 10 because I'm substituting diamond dots. And it will work for DP for vets. So that means I have another kit that I can finish there. So that's going to let me, do two things at once, which is a win-win. And in my order from Joann's, I got something else. So when I do the unboxing of that, I will show you guys the other thing that I got because there's some projects and some things that I've wanted to try for a while. So now I'm going to be able to do that. And I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's see, what else? I got my stuff from Joann's. Oh, I'm still waiting on, there's one more Etsy shop that has to send me my items. And then I'm going to do my kind of Etsy small shop haul unboxing. And that will finish off my new to me diamond painting companies. So, because they're all DP tools. So, and some of them look really fun. So I'm excited to share those with you guys. What else? I've been working on ideas for Christmas. I've decided I'm not going to do an Advent this year. I know I've already seen several people talking about Advent stuff that they're going to do this year. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to be busy this year because everything is kind of up in the air about Canada and things. I don't want to find myself in the middle of stuff and then, I've got to abandon it in the middle or whatever. So I just don't want to tie myself down to that kind of a project. But I still want to do something fun. And I think I've come up with a really good idea. I'm not going to share it with you guys until we get closer, but I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. And I hope you guys will too. So, little teaser there for, something coming in December. I should have brought another straightener in here with me because using this one is a little challenging, to say the least. Guess I could just do better with my placing and then I wouldn't have to straighten it so often, but all right. That one is a little crooked too. Let me try and straighten that one. Okay. These drills are so nice though. Okay. Oh, speaking of, so I'm planning things for December, but then I'm also trying to plan things for next year. I don't want to just do a repeat of the goals that I already did this year. Some of them will get repeated, like my budget, although it'll be for a different amount, and my DP hours, but I want to change up some of the other stuff that I did. So I'm trying to think of new goals and things like that. And I still want to work my way through my stash. So what I'm trying to do is like look at events for next year that I already have canvases that would work for it. And that will be an incentive for me to say, okay, that event is coming up, so I can do this canvas for that event. And that gives me, again, that incentive to work on it and get it done for the event, and then it's out of my stash. Since I've learned that I will still be able to order stuff from Diamond Art Club with free shipping from Canada, and although someone said it's $100 instead of $75, I'm okay with that. That's basically going to be the same once I take into account the exchange rate, so it's all good. And so yeah, I want to get things out of my stash. Although I've seen so many people doing de-stash videos and posts lately. like, I guess when I think about it, a lot of them are YouTubers, so I don't know if that's a thing. I don't remember seeing this as much last year. Maybe I just wasn't paying as much attention, I don't know. But I've seen several people on Instagram and Facebook who are basically selling off their stashes. And, I is that in preparation so that they can just buy more things? Is this like a regular thing that people do in the community that I just have somehow missed? That, at the end of the year, people go through their stash and just get rid of a whole bunch of stuff? I mean, for me, I guess I look at it as I bought it because I wanted to do it. So why would I get rid of it? I mean, I understand getting rid of a few things. I myself have a couple of items that I bought that I thought I would do that now I've decided, eh. But that's, two or three. That's not my entire stash. So is this just, diamond painters who like got stuff for free and that's why they don't care if they destash it? Um, but I just, yeah, I don't understand. I guess, like I said, maybe this happens every year and I just missed it last year because I wasn't paying attention. I'm not planning on doing that. Like I said, if I bought it, for the most part, I want to actually do the kit. I do have a few things that I got that I won't do, like the duplicate that I got in my mystery box, but most of what I have, I'm going to keep because I want to do it. It's just a matter of finding the time and motivation to get it done, hence my planning for next year. And so the other thing that I'm working on is that I want to uh, revamp my logbook. I've told you guys before I want to make it bigger so that it fits on 8.5 by 11 paper, just because that's easier. That kind of paper, that size of paper is more easily accessible to everybody. Plus, as I discovered working this year with my logbook, I want more information than I have room for when it's a small, that 9 disc, basically 7 by 9 planner. It doesn't have enough room on the page for everything that I want to keep on it. So I'm going to make it that bigger size, which I've actually already done. And I think after a couple of test runs, I've got everything kind of on the pages that I want. But now I want to go back and kind of make it pretty so that it looks fun. And then, that with an eye towards maybe selling it at some point down the road if I make it, useful enough for everyone else. Um, I'm going to leave the one that's already out there for free that you guys can grab and download for free, which is the 7 by 9 one. I'm going to leave that one out there, so you guys will still be able to get that one for free if you want, but I'm going to have the bigger one, I think, for sale. Haven't decided whether I'm going to do like an Etsy shop kind of thing or if I'm going to put it on Amazon or get a website and a Shopify store. I don't know. My husband and I are still talking about all of that, and some of that may depend too on how things with Canada shake out. So we'll just have to see. And then I was thinking, as I was working, that, and I think I'm going to call that good there, guys. So let me zoom out while I finish up this last thing. What I was thinking was, while I'm sitting here kind of making my own notes for, you know, next year's plans, for what events I want to do and what kits, I thought, oh, maybe I should make this a page in the logbook. Is that something that people would be interested in? Like, like a future planning page where like next year's 2023. So at the back of the book, there'd be a page for 2024 where you could plan out, what events you want to do and what kits might be good for that, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see. I think I made some good progress on this. I still want to go in and straighten some of these out. Yeah, you guys, I get why this tool is useful. Not for me. I think my hands are just too small to make it's just awkward for me. So totally get why people would find it useful. So, but yeah, just not my bag. So I'll just stick with my regular pretty pins and my everlasting tips and my metal tips, and yeah, call it good. Okay. So that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for hanging around till the end. I hope you made some progress on whatever project you were working on today. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Hit that subscribe button. That helps me out even more. And hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.